the compartments above?
So the when the son sees someone that he thinks is a doctor walk by.
Not yet. Are ordered to lock up the doors. Uguay is following with San. San, you still have your monster in your pocket. They leave
Well,
they kind of just put like a sheet or like a tarp over top of the body of the tar-blooded Titan spawn. They did lock up this door and give the key to Uguay for his prisoner. His other prisoner, or the other victim, is in a bag at this point in time that he's got on his shoulder. You notice the Frilled Surprise just hopping around in a cage. It looked like one of the guards closed the door, and the Frilled Surprise is actually locked in this area.
wait, the frill surprise couldn't climb between those bars.
He could squeeze, but he's like chasing mice or something.
Hmm. I guess when we walk by, I see that, and I'm like, I wave frill surprise over to me.
Okay, yeah, you open up the door. They didn't lock it, and you can scoop up Frilled Surprise. He's sitting on your back. One of the guards looks at Uguay and you and smiles a little bit. You notice that he's got tucked in his pocket this little origami folded thing. The other guard scowls anytime he looks at the two of you, but this guy seems to be TERC Guard 5. Seems to really like you guys. You guys go through several other cars. You go through the cattle car. You hear the two guards whisper amongst themselves, "Where did the cows go?"
As we're walking, I ask Uguay, are the guards going to be able to? Are they going to be able to contain your prisoner effectively?
We locked the door and he's chained. He should be all right.
And is that enough?
The bag over his head, we'll check on him.
Alright.
He's not going anywhere.
Oh my god, I forgot Branch. I forgot Branch even existed.
He's still sleeping in the kibble. You do see the big door. Zephyrus, did you pick up the JE door as you were walking by? We'll assume he did. He's got that in his quarters.
Oh yeah.
You guys still have your Thack eggs and the meat sleds hidden in the hay. The Turk steward just locked the doors behind them. It looks like they're securing the train as they go. That grease spell is no longer there.
Yep, that's good. Did Farrah say investigate the eggs at all when she went by?
No.
Okay. The professor.
I do want to hang out with the professor for a little bit, though.
Yep.
Okay. That's
I want
unusual,
to...
but okay, I'll bite.
No, I actually kind of like the professor. I want to make the cacodemons weak against magic, and turn at least one of the living ones into wood.
Okay, so the Templar seems to be on a mission. The conductor has moved on. The steward's allowing you guys to pass. These two guards are following the Templar. Uguay is also following. San, you got a small menagerie on you.
I guess. Yeah. I'll just follow Uguay, I guess. Or, well, no, because I suppose if there's climb, get into a room. I guess I'll do that too.
Okay. The Turk steward locks this particular door and then moves on.
Are they locking us back here?
At this point in time, they stop locking doors. They just wanted to secure the back part of the train to keep random people from running around on the train.
Really? As if a train locked door will keep us or Cockle Demon out of this car. Stupidity.
It is ironic, is it not?
Wait, we're in like 4 different compartments right now.
Yeah,
Are we like talking through walls?
Yeah, the doors are open. You guys are
I thought
talking.
the doors were open.
Yeah, the doors are open.
Okay.
Uguay is waiting for a moment, but it appears that the 4 of them are going to go confront the field marshal.
Professor, would you be amenable to woodening one of these cacodemon?
Yes, perhaps, Zephyros, you could watch the door to our cabin for a moment. It'll only be a moment. Pharisee, step inside.
Sure. Zephyr steps over and awkwardly stands in the middle of the of the area.
You can hear that, San. You can hear that coming from within the pot.
Should we do it to that one?
We can if you like.
Makes no difference to me. These ones are a bit docile, I'll say as I pat my pocket wherever I've stashed them. They don't seem to be getting any larger. I suppose we'd have to release them.
Well, if I can
Bonus point for Marty.
peek under the pot, I can curse this one up pretty good, and then you can give it a little zap.
Gene, you heard what I said, right, Gene?
Yes. Yeah, I'm still holding the lid of the iron pot.
You figure that there's enough space underneath the benches that you're on that you could kind of jam the pot underneath the benches and it would keep it shut.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't do that. I'm
The
Yeah,
ones on the
Go
belt are
next
visible.
door. Shall we go next door and see if Son can open that lid very quickly?
I don't,
while
I
they're
don't think I
there,
can see it.
while they're there and talking,
Yep.
I wave over the frilled surprise, and I tell them to shock the iron pot.
Okay. You actually don't hear any in-pain noises coming from the creature inside. You actually heard it maybe kind of like enjoy it.
Maybe we could knock it out and then lift the lid and I could wooden it, or...
I don't know that I can see invisible things anymore, Professor.
Oh yes, how long has it been? How long has it been since the fight started?
This has been at least 20 minutes, half an hour.
It seems
We've been
last
playing and talking
7
for a
minutes.
couple hours, so it's been like a half an hour.
Yeah. I
So we
feel
might
like-
still have it.
I think we can probably still see it, right?
Yep. You also hear the little things in your pocket. The two
Yeah.
the 2 live tadpoles seem to be suffering greatly.
Yeah. These ones appear to not be having a good time in here, though.
Oh wait, the thing in the pot. Yeah, you guys are also the thing in the pot is also like moaning.
Seems none of them are now that we've come into a fully functional car.
Well, pick one quickly, Professor, and I will make it ready.
Okay, these ones are here. The other one's in a pot. Let's just do one of these. I'll take one out.
So are
ready?
you
I'll take-
unsnapping it from the thing, or are you just holding up the whole belt?
I
You think
think
I
keep
could-
it on the belt.
Yeah, I think I could do it with it still on the belt, or with the whole belt and both objects change.
Is the belt magical?
The belt is magical.
The belt will be fine.
Okay, let's give it a try. I'll say as I reach into
Let me
my
make sure-
shirt and then into the skin flap, pulling out the Everbark wand.
Okay.
I will hex its saves.
All right. The thing
so
the
that's
thing
the-
looks like it's in pain. Like the ward in this place is causing it pain.
Yeah, that's a DC 20 check, bypasses SR. Even if he passes, he's still affected for a round.
It fails.
I will grant it misfortune, which is a DC 20 bypasses.
Okay, and it's -2 when it saves.
Yep.
All right, and then you hit it with the Everbark wand.
and
Yes.
then we'll hit it with the Everburn 1.
Okay, it gets a 4 and a 17 on its save.
I
Is this
don't
a
think
fort
that
save or
will-
a will save? If it's
Fortitude.
okay, so it gets a 15. All right, so you hit the creature on the belt, and the tadpole turns into a wooden thing.
Excellent. May I keep this one? Professor? I think you're muted.
Yes, go ahead, of course. I'll say as I'm a bit preoccupied stashing the wand back into
I'm
the...
more than happy to help you with the other one too, if you wish.
Oh, do we want to keep them as wood? What do you suppose will happen if we keep it as a cacodemon?
It might escape.
Oh,
You can have that one though. It's up to
I'll
you.
keep an eye on it. If
I have
we
mine.
do, we can deal with it later.
Where are you storing the belt?
Geez, do I have a belt? Can I just clip this thing on?
You probably could.
Yeah, I'll just throw it on. I noticed it's magic. I will cast an identify and peer at it with my monocle. I'll probably have popped one earlier to check out the swords.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no, we haven't really identified the swords. Yeah.
Give me
So,
a
as I put the belt on,
spellcraft.
I'm just trying to make sure that putting this thing on won't kill me more than anything. I don't necessarily need to know everything it does.
Okay.
1d20 plus 18. And doesn't identify help with something?
Identify gives a plus 20 to spellcraft checks
10.
to identify items.
Oh,
10.
nice. Okay. 10?
10.
Okay.
That's still pretty good.
That is really
Yeah.
good.
33.
All right. The belt we will call it the Belt of the Soul Herder.
Okay. Let me put this on my guy.
First power, it gives a enhancement bonus to Constitution +2.
Hold on. Belt of the Soul Herder. +2. What was it? Con?
Mm-hmm.
+2 con enhancement bonus. Was there anything else with that one? Was there flavor text there?
Nope.
Okay.
The second power is that the 6 hooks act like magic circle hedges for cacodemons. Basically, you trap cacodemons into the hooks.
How do you spell cacodemons? Did we paste that in chat? I had
Yep.
it up earlier, but
Yeah.
You're pretty sure that this is more of a physical thing. Like if you take a cacodemon and put it onto the hook, you could fasten it there and it can't escape. It also shrinks them. It shrinks them and then keeps them there until you need them.
Oh, I believe they're quite safe on this belt. We might even be able to get the one from
Well, the ward is slowly cooking them.
It appears.
Yeah, so I guess while that spellcasting is happening,
Yep.
Tong grabs the pot and walks over.
You might not survive, you know.
Yeah.
What's up? The one in the pot isn't very happy, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it just produced a soul stone. Does anyone know if a soul stone is vulnerable to acid?
Ooh.
This is my first soulstone.
Okay.
What? I bet that cacodemon is vulnerable to wood, if you get my meaning.
Well, no, I'm asking soul stone specifically. Okay.
Are you trying
Marty.
to restore the soulstone?
Yep.
No, I'm not. But I'm thinking because I have a cacodemon in there,
Mm-hmm.
and what I want to do is I want to pour some acid in there, but I don't want to damage the soulstone.
If you just wait a little bit, it'll die on its own.
Yeah, but I want to do it with acid.
Master!
You could hear, all of you hear in your voices,
Master, where are you? It hurts. It hurts so bad. I have the stone for you. I have your stone.
Ew.
I don't trust it.
As I was wiggling off your horrid belt, I felt something dark go inside me.
Ooh. It's talking about a dark soulstone it's produced.
Master, where are you?
Sauner was right.
Yes. An excellent theory.
Fascinating. Let none of them escape this place.
Wait. If Master's dead,
and the telepathic communication is stopped.
Well, it doesn't seem to want to cooperate anymore. Son, what if you just shake the pot about until it expires?
Don't think you'll need to shake, but sure. How's the one on the belt doing?
Oh, look at it down there. Not so good.
It's losing some of its kick. Sort of flipping back and forth. The ward is slowly killing it.
I have a brass bird cage that the Frilled Surprise used to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Would a cacodemon
It is.
like is the just
It's big enough that it can't fit through the bars of the birdcage.
right? So here's what we do: pull out the bird cage.
Yep.
What's a bird cage look like? Does it have like a door?
Yeah, it has like a little
had a
door on the
token
front.
for it,
The
didn't we?
birdcage.
Right. So open the door of the cage,
Yep.
and then so the maneuver I'm trying to do here is like it. If I move the top of the pot,
Yep.
the lid of the pot, I want it to escape into the cage.
Give me a CMB check.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like a grapple check kind of thing. Combat maneuver defense. It should be marked as CMB on your sheet. You're a big strong man. You've got good reflexes.
It says 26. Is this a plus 26?
No, CMB, not CMD.
It's the plus
Like,
12.
oh, plus 12. Okay.
Yep.
So
This thing, as you're trying to manhandle it from one cage to another, has a CMD. This is what you're trying to beat, of 12. And you have a plus 12. Yeah, you just sort of like open up the cage, stick it on the side, you pop it out, and it goes. It's actually visible at this point in time. It kind of screeches no out loud, as well as no in all of your heads, as apparently you separated it from something that it wanted. And you look at the bottom of the pot, and you can see with a bunch of sputum all around it, there's this black irregular cut gemstone.
does anyone want this?
I'm assuming you close the. It does just sort of rise up as its own. It's got these like little puckers all around it that sort of shoot gas out, and it flies around like a little. I don't know what it's like, because you guys don't know that creature yet. Yeah, like little spore jets are kind of like making it fly around. It actually flies pretty well, but it hits
So
the.
the gemstone is flying around?
No. The little creature in the cage is flying around,
okay.
and San just closes the door before it kind of jams up against the door. It doesn't have hands. It's just this big floating mouth with an eye.
Zephyrus tries to move the gemstone using Mage Hand.
Okay. The mage hand does not move the gemstone.
Yeah, so it's probably heavier than 5 pounds.
Nope.
Oh, is that not it?
It's magical.
It's magical.
Oh yeah, how heavy is it, by the way? Like, I tried to lift the pot.
It's like the size of 2 D20s stick together.
Yeah, but how heavy?
Not heavy at all.
Okay, so like the weight of a D20.
Yeah,
Okay, like a good D20, like a metal one.
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
It has some weight to it, like you kind of got it rolling around.
Give it back to me! Give it back! Lozenge wants to jam me a cave from his inside.
Do we, wait, why is Lozenge flying around?
He's in a cage. I'm just gonna find a cage token and
Oh, okay, gotcha.
bird cage.
So, it's, yeah, I turn back to Metronome. Wait, no, Metronome's not here.
If you need me, I'll be in my room.
What do you propose I do with this last one? I'll say to Pharisee as she turns to leave.
Oh, I think the same thing before it dies.
Turn it to wood?
Sure.
Did you say anything about Markin, Sean?
Yeah, can we invite him over here?
Sure.
Metronome! Please come.
Huh? Oh.
Metronome, what do you think we should do with this thing?
What thing?
I point to the cage.
He's small.
Yeah. Should we kill it?
I don't know what it is.
It's very evil.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can
It's a
you
demon.
learn anything from it?
Most certainly. Few people have an opportunity to study them up close.
Oh, what did you do to the other one?
It's trapped on this belt until it dies, unless we do something to stop that.
Oh, turn it to wood so it's safe for keeping.
Well, that's 2 votes. Good enough for me. I'll reach back in, take the Everbark wand back out.
I'll 1 round, 2 rounds, make it more susceptible.
And I will hit it with the wand while it's on my belt.
It at least is talkative. Yeah, it fails. It's safe. With a 2.
Then
Take it off.
And then kind of clink. It's now rolling around at the bottom of the cage.
Wait, no. Did you do it to the one in the cage or to the one on the belt?
The one in the
I did
cage.
to the one on the belt. The one.
Oh,
in
the one
cage,
in the cage. Okay.
All right. So the one in the cage. I turn back to. Yeah, I guess.
Every time it hits, it lands on the floor, it seems to be closer to the rune, which then it sends it up into the air, and it's definitely taking damage each round, but to the point where its fast healing is like healing it.
It's like still alive, but in constant pain. Then.
Yep.
I'll grab the wooden one and put it to Makronam and say, for keeping.
Ah, yes, it's a little dumpling now. For keeping.
Was that the one you were holding?
Nope, that was the second one.
Okay.
The one I'm holding is in one of my bags.
Okay.
Does anyone know of a good way to torture Lozenge?
It looks like you're torturing it now.
Its sheer existence at the moment is torture. I'm sure there's some things, though. It is a demon, so I suppose you'd have to do the opposite of evil things.
Give me back
perhaps
my masters,
making
please.
some sort of treat, like a
Master!
sandwich, perhaps?
Master! It hurts!
I would suppose the opposite of evil things would be what it would hate.
Does anyone here know anything other than evil?
You should
Because
give
that's
it a
pretty much
big
all we've
hug.
been doing.
Give it a great big hug.
Yes, a hug. I think it would absolutely hate something like that.
Hey, Metronome, can you give it a hug?
As much as I'm not a fan of these creatures, I don't enjoy watching it suffer.
It's got big
Yeah.
chompers, so I don't want to do anything to it.
Take the
I'll
fruits
take
that
out-
I've already-
A silent image wand,
Okay.
and I will put a silent image of like an adorable little kitten in there playing with a ball of yarn. It'll be just, I think, outside the cage and like batting around, and it's just adorable and innocent.
Okay, Lozenge spends the next like few minutes trying to eat the kitten through the bars. Like it kind of goes running at the bars and.
I saw the professor like create the kitten.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Does this look like it's torturing it any more than just existing was? Hard to say.
I don't think so.
Give me
I'll
back, Master! You take Master from me!
I take out my holy symbol and I put it against the walls, not the walls, like the cage itself. Like, but yeah. Just
Okay,
like,
you see the creature like tries to get away from the holy symbol really quickly. It turns into an oversized iguana, or like an undersized iguana, and is now trying to climb the bars on the other side.
Whoa.
Huh. Cool. I do it more.
Okay, so you go around the other side. It actually kind of falls backwards into the cage and starts to sizzle, and then it turns into its form. San, you've realized that presenting a holy symbol with conviction might actually keep outsiders at bay for a very brief point in time. This weak thing is reacting to the symbol of a god.
Right.
Right. Interesting.
That's useful. Thank you. Okay.
That's not who I'm going to tell on!
What?
I'm going
Is
to...
it speaking to us in common, or?
Yeah, it's speaking to you in common. It's also pushing its thoughts into your minds, broadcasting like it doesn't have a filter on its telepathy, and it's pushing its thoughts your way.
I'm going to tell on you if you do not let me go!
Whoa. I think we just kind of ignore it, right? We haven't really acknowledged it. We can even understand it. We just talk about it like it's not there, I think. That seems to be...
It seems to have taken the tact of trying to threaten you, while at the same time the ward is slowly burning it, while at the same time it's slowly fast healing and it's just in pain.
Now, did we do anything with this soul gem? Did we give it to Markernom or anything?
No, it is in the pot.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should set that soul gem aside for further study.
Mine!
Curious about it, not a soul gem.
So your voice, Marty.
Yeah.
I have open ear headphones. I think my dog heard it and doesn't like it.
Mine!
Come on.
Mine!
Can you hear that?
Mine!
Yeah, I think that is it.
He's so cute.
Right.
A little Ewok. All right. Yeah, Lozenge is like, whenever you mention the soul gem, he's claiming that it's his, and you guys just the horrid little thing you ignore. Professor, this could easily be a thing you just keep in a cage in your lab.
Yeah, I think I'll turn my attention to the soul gem in the pot. I'll have the unseen servant lifted out. I'll study it a bit in the light.
Okay, there is this horrible purple aura. It's almost sickly when you look at it. And there's something kind of like moving amongst the facets of the crystallized soul. You are looking at a soul gem, and you're pretty sure it's got something inside it.
Do I know... can I do a check to see if I could touch this thing without, like, going immediately insane or dying or something?
Yeah, and I am interested in that too. So I help with that.
I wonder,
I
is
can.
it safe to touch? Does the soul trapped inside infect the user at all, or the Hold up. There's something else required. Is this knowledge planes, maybe? Or arcane?
You're asking, are you going to go insane by touching it?
Like, is there anything bad happen if I
Yeah.
touch it? Or do I know
Touching
enough
it
about
hurt you, like, or
Yeah.
hurt whoever's touching it.
Yeah, or is it like you have to use this soul gem in another way to, like, get the soul out of it? The soul's trapped in there.
Yep.
Okay, wait, those are two very different questions, though. Like,
You're saying, is it dangerous just to hold?
Does
Yeah.
touching it hurt you? I guess that's a question Son is asking here.
Okay, knowledge planes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I aid?
Yep.
Auto aid?
Okay, that's 1 auto 8. Son, are you auto aiding?
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. That's a question Son is interested in. Is
Okay.
that the same question the professor's asking?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I can touch it. I want to touch
Yeah,
it.
there we go. Yeah, then Son's alright.
28.
You know that these things are the currency of the lower planes. You know that evil outsiders sometimes ingest them to consume the soul within. You know that breaking the soul gem will free the soul that is trapped inside.
Let's see if we can get a good look at what little lozenge here had his teeth around before this came out.
If you were worried,
Not so much the teeth.
if you were worried about it affecting you, then you probably don't want to do psychometry on the soul gem.
I was about to do that immediately.
But there is an uncertain amount of ways. You may be able to converse with it somehow. You're not certain. Like this is risky. Inherently, it's risky, but outsiders do handle these things like money.
I will pluck it from the unseen servant's hand and see if anything immediately
Okay.
changes.
So it's surprisingly cold to the touch.
Can I prestidigitate it real quick before I do this, actually?
Sure, you get some of the sludge off of it, and then you pluck the gem out of the pot.
I believe the term you used was sputum, Marty.
Yep.
The cacodemon.
So with magic, you push some of the sputum off of it, and then you have this glistening soul gem that is surprisingly cold to the touch. It does like make your hand almost immediately clammy, and you're pretty sure if you held it there for too long, your fingers might go numb.
Can I attempt to reach out with my mind first and contact what's inside there? Can I say in my thoughts, is anyone in here?
Okay, you do not hear anything back.
I will spend a minute focusing on it to do psychometry to see the last memories of the owner of this. I'm trying to get the moment where the cacodemon eats the soul and ingests it, and then before it spews it out, I want to see if I can see what the cacodemon ate.
Okay.
Okay, psychometry 31.
All right, give me a will save.
Okay. Here we go. 1d20 plus 8.
Does the ward help his will save?
It could.
12.
12's not a terribly great will save. Okay, so the professor's looking at it. He kind of locks his eyes are sort of bugged out as he's looking at it. Professor, you are no longer in the train. You are floating in a dark space. There's the faint sight of the lines of the gem very large, like you are floating around inside of the gem. There is a bit of a weird silver cord that is coming out of your belly button and kind of flowing to the edges of the gem that you're sort of riding along, like it's going right through you. You look at the purplish center, and there's something there. You know that a massive and powerful force willed it into existence, and that it climbed forth from the putrescence of a mass grave of ancient priests that were covered in boiling tar, and that this thing emerged along with others, twisted in its hatred of the gods because they did not protect their followers. They did not protect this creature like it promised it would. You think you are now looking at the soul or the essence of the Tari Demodan somehow inside of the soul gem, and it has now taken notice of you.
Yeah, it did. Can I start screaming and drop it?
Okay, you want to scream, but you try to try to flow back along the silver cord, and you're trying to pull along it, and you feel this tarry substance sort of like hit your shoulder. Oh, and it's hot, and it whirls you around. You realize that it just sort of like schlepped off not only your robes but your skin as it was doing so.
I think at that moment,
Schlepped off, like it slew, like it just.
What's the verb? Like, is this an actual verb? How do you spell this?
SLOUGH.
Slew, sleft, slew.
Like the slough.
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 I heard it's slough.
Sloughed
Yeah.
off. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're screaming. It's what god do you worship?
I think at this point, Icky Maester will have sensed that I'm terrified and I have maybe gone in too deep. And
It is all thoughts. It is happening quickly.
Okay.
It asks you what god you worship. It's almost like it turned you around and it's looking through your eyes, like it's really close. It's weird because its helmet doesn't have eye slots, but it's like peeking into your head. It actually cracks your head backwards so that it is straight up and has now wrenched your mouth open and is having a look inside you.
I think at that moment, it will trigger a thought deep in my brain, the absolute certainty, after having observed some concrete proof, that the professor will become a god and serves himself. And I think at this moment, it sort of regathers his wits. And I think you probably try and stick his hand into this guy has a helmet, or what does his face look like?
Yep. It's got a helmet. It looks like the creature. It's laughing at you as the thought of that you worship yourself. The professor is now back in the train on all fours, sputtering and spitting, and he's got this weird tar substance in his mouth that he's spitting out onto the floor.
Am I still hallucinating?
Okay, so Son, I guess, drops to his knees
Yep.
before the professor, which is a sentence I did not expect to say today. I guess try to help him medically. Like, is he hurt?
Yeah, he's got this stuff that's pouring out of his mouth, and he's hacking it up, and you're kind of hitting the back of his back and trying to get it out of him. The lozenge is just chanting,
Master! Master! Master!
This thing, in all of its hatred of deities, found it terribly amusing
And it hates gods, but it thought that was good.
that you worship yourself. And a creature, and you caused a creature of malice at least to pause for a moment with a bit of curiosity. You know, however, that if these things capture you, and if you ever have a divine connection, that their favorite way of killing someone is by pushing them into tar. Hot, burning tar.
Nice. Have I come to?
Yeah, you're like,
Coffee?
yeah. Son is helping scoop this stuff out of your mouth, and at least the tar wasn't.
With the handkerchief that was in the pot.
Oh yeah. That was on the Caco demon.
Yeah, well, it's because that's how it was like put in there with a handkerchief, and then we just slammed the lid on top of it.
Yeah.
So now, the pot's been opened, so someone grabs a handkerchief and, like, starts, shoving tar at Professor's face.
Okay, you know that the Tari Demodand knows your name. Because when it asked you what god you worship, you actually said your own name. Mm-hmm. And that's what it saw when it looked inside of your,
Like my true name, or like
no, just
my
just
title?
your full name.
Okay.
Professor
Yada yada.
Henry Chalmers III Sinclair or whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever the hell. Yeah. All right. As long as it doesn't know. Like,
Professor Henry Sinclair Chalmers III. There we go. Yes. It knew that name.
Okay. Well, I think as you can all see from what is extruded from my mouth, that the gem is containing the soul of the Tar Heel demon.
Yeah, so we kind of guessed that. Are you now going to die?
I feel pretty good, all things considered. Taste in my mouth leaves a bit to be. Because
liquid ashtray and asphalt is basically what it tastes like in your mouth.
Son opens his mouth, looks inside, shoves his head inside. Professor dies from having jaw.
Yeah. With your medical skill, you kind of scrape some of this stuff out.
Well, but no, my question is like, where is is this being vomited? Is it appearing in his mouth? Like, what's the origin of it?
It looks like the professor took a big mouthful of something.
Okay.
Like it was poured in there.
Fair enough.
I'll spend some moments gathering my wits about me.
And probably washing your mouth out with soap.
Yeah. It was a bit intense for me.
We have hold up.
I'll gather some of the tar in a empty bottle if we have one too.
Yeah, okay, so after getting it out of your mouth, you gather up some tar from a Tari Demodand.
We have 60 bottles of slobber whiskey.
That's back in the lounge, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
You know that there's a drink cart just next over.
Yeah, I think I'm going to head over to that pretty quickly. Once we're all buttoned up here, I need to wash. I must get this awful taste out of my mouth.
What happened to the gem?
Nothing. He kind of had it in his hands, and he was like mentally trying to connect to it or trying to do something magical to it, and then he went all crazy, and then went on all fours. He dropped the gem and just sort of puked out all this tar stuff.
Okay. Well, I guess the second the gem drops.
Yeah.
I don't think Son would try to grab it, but Son would like point to it, like, "Hey."
Yeah, it's just lying on the tile. You can see Lozenge pushing his head up against the bars and looking at the gem.
Master!
One second.
Shall we put it for keeping, Zephyros? I'll have the servant pick it back up again.
Are you sure you want me to keep that?
It is definitely for keeping.
Oh,
I don't know what would
okay.
happen if you ate it.
Oh, I could
Can
try.
you eat it?
I could eat it, yeah.
Nothing bad will happen if you eat it.
I don't know.
They're evacuating coronavirus victim in a neighboring building.
Oh wow, really?
Well, I know it's coronavirus, but there's ambulance and they're rolling a like that cart thing, not cart like.
The gurney.
Yes, that. They're rolling that into that building, and there's fire, like a fire engine.
Well, it could be anything. It doesn't mean that people aren't going to get sick with other things just because there's a pandemic going on.
That's true.
But, All right, so who's seizing the gem? What are you doing with it? The last conversation was you're thinking about feeding it to Mockernam. Mockernam seems not sure.
Wait, no, don't do that.
Do we know? Is there something that we can roll to see if what will happen if a bag of holding contains this gem?
It is all theoretical at this point. There's one way to find out. You guys were able to pick it up. It was only when the professor tried to like reach out his mind did something bad happen to him.
We learned that the evil creatures, they consume these, they eat these to gain power from them.
Yep.
I think if he eats it, he may gain power from it. It's an interesting experiment.
Well, he's not going to eat it into his stomach. He's going to eat it for holding. I think that's a different kind.
For keeping. Yes, I can keep it for one of you. It'll be safe.
Mockernam, keep it for me, please.
Okay. If you insist.
The tongue lashes out. Goes around the gem.
For keeping.
How do you feel, Mockernam?
Yeah, someone looks at him like with great concern.
Okay, it was a bit cold going down, but it's safe in one of my stomach sacs.
Will you tell us if you feel strange?
Yeah, like if you turn into an evil world-devouring beast, could you warn us first, please?
Mockernam has many years before he grows big enough to devour something bigger than that.
Well, that's comforting. Thank you.
Okay then.
You know, I can't even make myself into a doghouse yet.
That is unfortunate, Mockernam.
Yeah, there's all sorts of big containers I can't wait to turn into.
Like what?
Oh, a wagon, a beer cart, a really, really big barrel, a big outdoor bathtub, a gazebo.
Ooh, that is
Gazebo container.
It holds chairs and people inside, yeah.
lovely.
I could maybe turn myself into a dollhouse for Pixel. That might be fun.
That actually would be kind of cool.
I'm really trying to keep my composure. Someone makes a mental note to observe that later.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
All right, you guys have messed around with the cacodemon stuff long enough that there are people returning your direction.
From where?
Let's see. It is the steward and Uguay are coming back.
Is it time for dinner yet?
Uguay steps out. Another hour or two. We just want to let you know that the field marshal has been has been relegated to quarters.
Oh, the sick fellow.
Yes, he agreed to maintain his own quarters up in first class.
Glad I'm not up there.
No. Hopefully that contains him. Or contains the disease.
What do you call this disease again?
Oh, it was the
Blood something, is it?
The blood veil.
Ah, the blood veil. Starts with strong fatigue.
I came back here to let you know that the I'm getting a lot of
I think Matt's
feedback.
away and he's not muted.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Couldn't hear ourselves talk there for a second. Okay. The Turk steward, VJ, says the plague doctor will be testing all of you before dinner.
Oh,
Sean nods enthusiastically.
Please do not resist.
have they already tested, you know who?
Yes, he has shown visible signs of the contagion. The plague doctor did say that it is possible that in early stages of the contagion that no signs may be prevalent yet.
That's correct.
He will provide inoculations.
Inoculations.
That's very kind of him. Is it?
VJ just looks nervous, but he nods and he kind of rubs absent-mindedly rubs his own shoulder.
Have you been inoculated, Vijay?
Yes, after signs of the plague, it was decided that all the guards and staff on the Cactus Express be inoculated.
Then why wasn't the other fellow in first class inoculated?
Apparently, this is a thing that you must do before you catch the disease.
Oh, so he's just now inoculating people? Seems that might have been handy earlier.
Oh, it's good. There was a doctor. Is the doctor from Bastera? What's his name?
He is one of the Queen's physicians. His paperwork was in order.
So how long has the I guess TERC? How long has TERC known about Blood Veil? How long has that been around? Do you know?
It is in a lot of places.
How long has it been around?
He thinks for a moment. Something like a month.
How is it that we have inoculations on board?
I'm not sure. Perhaps you could speak to the plague doctor. His name was Dermadine.
Alright.
And you said we are going to get inoculated as well.
He says he has enough for all aboard.
Oh. Fair enough. Well, you said he's coming this way?
He will come back here if you don't go and see him. He has set up his area at the forward part of the train. We ask that you get this done before dinner, however.
Sure, yeah. Where is he set up?
Oh, first class. He has got a last car before the engine cars, or the first car before the engine cars.
Wait, there's multiple engine cars?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Last door on the right.
Alright.
If you excuse me, I'm going to go and make sure that we rotate the guards and that Jopus gets his inoculation.
Well,
Not
shall we?
Yes, I would like to hit up the bar car if we could. That awful taste is still in my mouth.
Don't you have something to drink in your stomach?
I don't remember.
Maybe check your pouch.
I'll look and find the empty bottle I stole from this car? Probably, maybe not. Maybe this exact train. On the first episode, I had stolen a bottle of whiskey.
You haven't drank that yet? Yeah, it's empty.
Long gone.
Yeah,
it's gotta be long gone. But I look at it curiously because I stole it from this train.
Yep. Makronam hops back onto Zephyros' shoulder. You leave your small menagerie behind, question mark, as you guys go forward.
Should we bring the cage with us to keep an eye on that thing? I'll have the unseen servant follow me carrying the head.
Wait. You're proposing carrying a cage with a cacodemon soul stealing into, like, to all the guards and to that Templar? He'll think we're evil as shit and probably slaughter all of us, or try to.
It's possible. Stranger things have happened, but at least this way we can keep an eye on it. Maybe those gentlemen will want to question it. It seems to speak common.
How about we just kill it and tell no one?
I'll shrug.
Let's do that. Son says as he whips off his belt, or not his belt, his sword, and shoves the weapon crystal fiend slaying into it and tries to stab the thing in the cage.
Click! Okay. You go around the corner. Is anyone stopping Son?
I'm not gonna stop. I'll stop and like turn around and wait for him though.
Okay.
Give me bastard! Bastard sword! How dare you!
With the fast healing and the with the slight DR, it actually takes quite a few hacks to kill it. But eventually you skewer it really good, and there is some really nice serrated edges to the end of the short sword.
It's a great sword.
Oh, this is the great sword that you're using?
Yeah, masterwork great sword.
Oh yeah, you're hacking through the bars and just sort of shoving it into it. Yeah, you kill Lozenge.
Okay. Lozenge dies.
It takes a surprising number of hacks though to kill the little tough bastard.
Fair enough. I inspect the greatsword for tar or acid or anything like that. Or...
it's just icky blood that comes off with a cloth and a wipe.
Fair enough. I wipe it on the on Professor's bed.
No, I've abandoned that car. It's full of tar vomit and
You're like,
moving into this one.
This nice, grimy, perhaps disease.
What happened to that prestidigitation now?
Shit on the blankets of the cart. You're like, yeah, there we go.
Like, okay.
Son's face wrappings, masking his smile as he comes out of the cart.
Well, that's over with. What do you say we get a drink then, son?
There is something about that doctor that I do not trust, says Oogway.
Yes, I don't particularly like the thought of a stranger I've never met injecting me with a inoculant he just happens to have.
The priest also didn't say anything about vaccines or inoculations. Like that, I'm not a professional doctor, if you will, but I am an advanced amateur. And I've never heard of a vaccine being developed that quickly. I don't think it's possible.
I would think if anyone would have it, it would be that the healer Fant we came across. She would seem quite knowledgeable.
We have antitoxin with us. Do we try one and see what happens?
Well, it doesn't help against disease, though. It helps against poisons.
There is a specific alchemical device you guys know called anti-disease that helps against diseases in general, similar to antitoxin, but those two things are two separate things.
Right, but I mean in the sense that if they want to inject us with something, there's a good chance that it's either poison or a disease. If it is poison, we have an antitoxin.
Yeah.
Hello, friends. It sounds like you had an interesting time. You guys are going through the cart. There are the common seats and a square bar. with a bunch of rattling glasses and gleaming bottles. There is a smallish catfolk that is standing there. You recognize him from the last time you were on the Cactus Express, for those that were on it. Oogway just goes up, and you notice that he pours Oogway a shot. I hear there was some fighting back there.
Yes, just a bit. Nothing too serious, I'll say, as I saunter up to the bar and have the unseen servant hold the head next to me.
Oh my. No one was hurt, I hope. Oh, the conductor told me to give you 3 drink tokens each, and he puts up these little chits.
Sephiroth takes his.
Yeah.
Oh, I helped.
Says Makernam. He's like, oh, okay. he seems a little weirded out by Makernam, but he's got nowhere to run, so he puts 3 tokens down in front of Makernam.
And 3 for my friend here, I'll say, as I point to the floating severed head that's like next to me.
What the hell, he says, and he just he puts 3 tokens down.
Sephiroth looks at Pixel and goes, "Are you not going to get some, Pixel?"
I only need 1.
She says, "Well, perhaps you could share the other 3 with your friends."
Okay.
Oh, and not
The other 2,
for
maybe?
the great slayer of the Tar Heel.
Pixel whips around it and gives 1 extra 1 to Pharisee, 1 extra 1 to Zephyros, and 1 extra 1 to San.
Thank you.
I thought she herself needed 1 too.
I'll just take tiny sips from Pharisees.
Delightful.
Yeah.
I'm actually
That's right.
I'm actually a little bit of a lightweight.
Yeah. Just like the CDC advised. Share the drink.
Serathis is there. He's like, so there were cord back there screwing around the train, and then that thing showed up?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's happens often.
Well, we do get stowaways. For a long time, although it's cleaned up rather nicely, we used to get a lot of stowaway or runaway children that would rob people on the train.
Oh.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
He nods. He
How interesting.
pours as many shots of whiskey that you guys have tokens.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, guess not. Why not? Well, I guess three shots for a giant, maybe not that much.
Yeah, you appreciate the 4th, but wish you had enough. Of course, you could just buy whiskey if you wanted.
Yeah, no, slow down.
Slow down here. Nice.
I'll drink one and
there's a
share one
difference
with the
here.
bartender.
Okay.
This train and paying money do not mix.
So there's no more danger back there.
No, not at all. The engineer's still there, so are some guards, I guess, but
Yes,
pretty
it's
cleaned up.
a good thing we have the group of you, a half giant, a sword saint, a Tusker, the rest of you. He smiles nervously at Makernam. Who?
That's our leader. That's Malkernam. Malkernam, this is... And some pauses.
Serathis? And he kind of holds out his hand, and his weird little tentacle goes out, and he shakes the tentacle, and there's this wide, beaming smile that is impossible for anything but a Makernam to make.
Oh, these drinks are for eating.
Sure.
Drinking typically, but I mean, you can eat them as well.
Yeah, he kind of like makes the whole shot glass disappear with the drink inside of it.
So makes a mental note of that. He takes the other glass and he tells Malkernam, like, open your mouth.
Oh, is it for keeping or eating?
It's for eating.
Oh,
And Son pours the other shot in there.
oh,
You can see him like expectantly trying to grab at the shot glass, like he wants the whole thing.
Oh, don't torture him, son. Let him have it.
Fair enough.
And it just disappears down. You can hear him swallow, and there's sort of a swirl of his belly acids destroying the glass and the drink.
Oh, that was good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I like how cool the glass is on the way down after the warmth of the whiskey.
Chaser, I believe.
A connoisseur, are we?
Oh, yeah, Mockernum's a connoisseur.
Someone scratches Mockernum. As he like mentally starts after the alcohol, even though there's only a little bit of it.
Yep.
Like the line between pet and friend like starts blurring.
You guys get a nice little buzz on as you drink your drink tokens before going up, and they said something about we all have to visit a doctor.
Says who?
The bartender.
Oh.
Have you met him?
I have not. No. I noticed a man with a funny beak mask, and when they arrived, you learn not to ask too many questions. I'm just a bartender and the janitor and, well, odd jobs.
That's fair. When did you saw this fellow, right? Said mask with a beak?
Yes, the marshal had a small group of people that he, I suppose, selected from Bostera to board the train.
Wait, he boarded with the marshal. He didn't see that the marshal was infected?
The marshal's infected?
Yes.
Oh no, the blood rail is here?
Blood veil, yeah.
Yes, sorry, trains and whiskey.
Yeah, understandable. Wait, whiskey, you drink too? You drink on the job? Good man. It's on high fives.
That's going to be tonight's Doom title.
The blood rail. Nice.
Yeah, by the way, good episode title. Yeah, that's
yep.
Very fair. So, Kefir wants to eat the wire. It's 10:15 p.m. Excellent time to be high energy.
Yeah.
Obviously. Can you hear him?
He's small. He might be a gnome or a Yondin or something. I'm not sure what he is.
Well, we are not racist, except against humans. Fuck them.
He raises his eyebrows, like very high, and sort of glances towards the professor and sort of busies himself. He distances himself from the comment as much as his little confined space would allow.
The professor will cheers it. Ah, yes, to hell with those pesky humans.
Oh.
Sort of oblivious as to him even being human at this point.
Right. Well, that's fair. He's basically a demon at this point.
Uguay doesn't cheers in that. He just remains quiet.
Does he drink?
He's drinking, yeah.
Okay, good.
He saw an outsider today. His world outlook has changed.
Well, hold up, but doesn't, by his definition, doesn't he consider all of us outsiders as well? I seem to remember that being a point of contention.
Well, he is from Bostera. His people are from Bostera or the Cinderlands.
Right.
Everything is interconnected, though. So interconnected.
Right. Fair enough.
Why are you dropping hints over there? Get out of here with your hints and your little DM smiles.
Dinner and examinations, anyone?
I'm sorry?
What's that?
Okay.
Dinner and examinations, anyone?
Yeah.
I'm up for dinner. I'm not too sure about the examination.
Yeah, let's go talk to that doctor. I kind of want to see his papers, if nothing else. Or her. We're not sexist either. Except those pesky males. Fuck them.
Okay, you guys go through the common dining cart where you would be eating elbow to elbow with other people. Where the train full. You enter into the kitchen cart where all the food stores are. You actually see the conductor, because of perhaps a lack of staff, is actually preparing meals.
we bow to him.
Yep.
Or I do.
He looks pretty damn busy. He's like, get that horrible thing out of here. I don't want the stench leaching into the bread or the crackers.
Barnos, have you seen the doctor about?
He quickly fetches you a basket and gives you a basket to put the head in.
Yeah, I guess I'll put it in and just there'll be a floating basket.
Yep. Oh, the tarts! And he goes over to like an oven and is seems really concerned with tarts. You do notice that he's got a bandage around his left arm.
Mm-hmm. Where in the arm?
Kind of like right here.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Just keep going then. To where they told us to find the medic.
Okay. The group of you goes into the next cart. You can see the Templar sort of got his feet kicked up on one of these couches and divans. You can see some guards chatting and drinking and sitting at tables. There is a halfling and a really tough man. The party, Zephyros, Professor, Pharisee, you recognize Ched Erncaster as one of Ludo's rivals from a long time ago, and remember Ludo is making fun of him. You guys met him in Bostera when you first arrived. Apparently he's him and his bodyguard are eating well. They seem to have not been invited to dinner or are pre-eating or something. They're eating what looks like a couple of Cornish hens, and I guess it'd be called something other than Cornish hens.
Out of there.
Yep.
My puppy wants to play fetch, but like both with my wife and me, and we're in different rooms. Which is also playing like mailman. Like it's two games at once. He's inventive.
Once you're finished studying that head of yours, feel free to leave it behind. It is almost 2.5 days until we reach station.
Oh, did you want to have a look at the moment? I'll say as I walk up to him with the head. It's
No.
an interesting specimen, I'll say as I peer at it a little bit. I don't believe I've ever seen one up close like this before.
People have.
He moves away from it as he doesn't want to touch the drippy thing in the basket, like he's worried about being clean. And he does look at it as you present it to him.
Yeah, I'll open the lid.
The two guards get up when they see that you're there, and they wander over to the table where the other guards are.
Have you ever seen a cacodemon this close? I didn't get your name earlier, sir.
But this is a Titan spawn. This is not a cacodemon.
Oh, yes, sorry. Titan spawn. It's been a long day. Thank you, Master Son.
I've never seen a Titan spawn up close, although there are archives in the Temple of Fane, he says. I've seen pictures. This is a foot soldier.
Yes. Are you aware of how they're created?
I know that they are on the highly dangerous lists. Creatures that should be met with hostility no matter what circumstance you're in.
Yes, and unfortunately they're also the grunts of the army. The Titan spawn, as it were, are much more fierce than this run-of-the-mill Tarblood.
Know that there are restrictions against summoning such creatures. And that were I, and he kind of like flips his feet to the right up position, and he sits up and he kind of looks up at the professor. Were I to find out that a wizard was summoning such creatures, and that is the reason why I had attacked the train, well, one would be in a very deep and dark place, in a lot of trouble.
Oblivious to the veiled threat, I'll say, it seems like a lot of effort to go through to first remove the field protecting the train, then summon a Titan spawn. I would think It's much more efficient to simply attack the train with something not so evil. Seems like a lot of work, I think.
Perhaps this wizard isn't such a great conjurer like he believes he is.
It sounds like you know this wizard. Sir, are you implying that you summoned this demon? That's against your order.
He takes a deep breath.
I shouldn't be showing you this at all, I'll say, and I close it back up. Good day. And
while this conversation's happening,
yep.
Son just walks to maybe like here, or like, let's say 10 feet away from the Templar Major, and looks for a religious symbol. Like what Templar Major of what?
Yep. Give me a perception check.
Alright. Natural 1.
Okay. He has only the quasi-religious accoutrements of a Templar of the Temple of Fane. Now, give me a knowledge local.
Knowledge what?
Local.
Okay, don't have that. Int would be behind knowledge.
Int, yeah, basic information.
I have knowledge religion. I don't have.
Oh, religion would be good. You could use the 12 and add your religion instead.
Well, it would be 14 total.
You have a +1 religion?
+2.
Okay. Oh, right.
Hey, stop eating the way.
There is a Temple of Fane, which is kind of like a scary edifice. You know that the Templars have Inquisitors, and the Inquisitors show up when people do really bad things. And it usually has to do with religion.
But who's the god behind this?
There is not one specific god that is their patron. In fact, they claim to protect all the temples of all the deities.
Okay.
You're sure that there are some that they probably don't. He just told you that summoning those things would get the attention of Templars. He doesn't. He is eyeing the professor. He's watching the professor go, and you could tell that he may have been probing, like he's trying to get a little bit of information out of the professor. Like he's still trying to figure out what the fuck happened. So you're looking at him while he's looking at the professor, and he's just watching the professor go. A slight pursed smile crosses his face, like he might think he's getting somewhere.
Fair enough.
Whoa! What are you doing? You trying to make us barf? I just ate.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, no. I'm talking to fairies. Of course I'm talking to you. You gross with the
Well,
gross...
in that case, fairies, yes. I think I saw some back there.
What?
Well, if you're not talking to fairies, I'll just move on past it.
Oh, there are fairies. You see that, Bombus? There are fairies on the train. Yeah. Better watch our coin purses.
Someone walks by, eyes their coin purse.
It'd be a shame if anything happened.
Bombus, who's also a half giant, the two of you kind of just eyeing at each other. Like if there's ever going to be a fist fight, it's going to be between these two bastards. Zephyros, are you following, or are you just staying behind?
I'm following.
Okay. The whole group of you finds a very thin hallway. There are two guards that are standing outside some doors at the end, and I need a marching order.
I mean, I think I was in the front. I think I probably just kept walking.
Yeah.
The order was Professor Pharisee Son, Zephyros Sugway. and Malkanam on Zephyros.
I'll keep an eye out, says Oogway, while you guys go talk to the plague doctor. Oogway's just going to remain outside this door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see 2 guards. They're chatting.
I think I'll just keep walking.
Okay, you can hear some muttered prayers coming from this room.
I listen. Sound stops and listens. Who's the prayer to? Like, what's the prayer about? Are they any good?
Yeah, give me a second. You can hear him say, "May the blessings of the hand that greets, and the hand that binds, and the hand that gives, and the hand that takes, the hand that makes, and the hidden hand protect us in this time. This vehicle of trade is a testament to your glory, God of many hands. We hope that you remain pleased by its construct, and that the rule of law the Grand Station brings us in this time of plague and worry. May your priests not be as greedy. May they open their temples wide and heal with the many hands, for it is an investment in the future of those that receive your protection and that follow your grace, as large as it is. Your great feet could dance on the end of a pin. Thank you for this opportunity, Bompa Dumba Dumba."
When Son hears that name, he smiles because he remembers that god.
Okay. Alright, so you pause for a moment while you're hearing the prayer. The professor pushes forward with Pharisee. The 2 guards are like, "You here for your,
Hey, come on now.
your, in cultivations?"
Yeah, almost got it.
That's not how you say the word. They're just gonna poke you. You here for your pokes?
Yes, pokes.
Well,
We were told to report as a condition to our attendance at dinner.
yeah. You need to get poked.
Well, first you need to get undressed.
There's one guard leering at Pharisee.
I'll start to take my pants off in front of him.
Not you, old man. Well, yeah, you. Yeah, go ahead inside, one at a time.
Do you think maybe inside? Yeah, I think that's a good idea too.
One at a time. Go on in.
Come on in. Excuse us, gentlemen. Excuse us.
What the fuck is that? Oh, that's the thing.
Son walks past Pharisee.
Yep.
Son walks past Pharisee and whispers, like, "Let me go in first.
All right.
I'll check this doctor." But yeah, no, Professor, please go ahead.
I'll whisper to San. Make sure they're putting something in, not taking something out.
All right, you walk in. There is a curtain that has been set up, and you hear this really nasally voice from inside a mask, probably.
Please disrobe.
Hello? Who's there?
I am the doctor. Please disrobe, and I'll be there in a moment.
Doctor who? Excuse me, sir.
You can hear like twisting of something leather, and little footfalls.
I am the doctor. Please disrobe. What is that? Filth.
Doctor? I don't believe that is a surname.
My name is Dr. Donadine.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Dr. Denadine, I'll say as I go, is this a couch or?
Yeah, it's a big couch.
It's not like a operating table or anything, right?
Nope. Although you did catch a glimpse, he does have a bunch of bottles and beakers and some a leather kit that was sort of unrolled, and you can see a bunch of like poking instruments. Some of them could arguably be instruments of torture, but there is a doctor's bag also on the table that is closed.
I'll have a seat on this couch, and I'll say,
He kind of watches you while you go and sit down, and like he was curious at what the head was, and he's got like this heavy breathing. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of.
Are you aware that one of the passengers is already infected with the blood veil? Have you yourself been checked, Doctor? I'm sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yes, my name's Henry Sinclair Chalmers II, Professor Emeritus. At your service. In these conditions, I'll decline the handshake, but have you been studying the blood veil for long?
He has like this clipboard, and you notice that he makes a note.
Are you a citizen of Grand Station?
I'm sorry, sir. Is that a university where you studied? I don't believe I heard your alma mater. You said it was...
I am one of the Queen's physicians.
Ah, then perhaps you did your graduate studies at Matabasta? You look like you...
He has thick gloves on, and he fumbles around at like a little pocket at his side, and he pulls out this wallet-like thing, and he kind of flips it open, and you do see that there is burned on a piece of leather with some stamping and some embroidery that there's a symbol of one of the Queen's physicians.
I'll have the unseen servant put down the basket with the head, retrieve his credentials, and bring them to me.
Okay.
And I will begin meticulously going through them at no haste whatsoever.
Okay, his first name is Daru. He apparently is a gnome.
Is that in the credentials?
Well, there's credentials for his doctor, but there's also his papers. He is a citizen of Grand Station, and he's a gnome, and he's 70 years old. 75 years old.
Yes, interesting.
Male, if it does it.
Is he rather young for a gnome then? 75? Are they a long-lived race?
They are a long-lived race.
Does it show where his doctor is from? His doctorate? What is
no, it just credentials that he is a Queen's physician.
Have you been studying the blood veil for long then?
I
Seems
have
to be somewhat of a new emergence.
I have been to Bostera and studied the disease there.
Start adulthood for a gnome is 40 years.
I'm going to ask Pixel to sneak in and observe.
Okay.
Are we hearing any of this? Like, how thick are these walls?
You can hear a low, muffled conversation. There are two guards that are chatting, and the train is moving slightly.
Right. Well, I guess, like, Son would attempt to stand in the way where he could hear as much as possible.
Okay, so you've moved right up. Guard just puts up his hand. Hold on. Hold your horses there, big guy.
Just lean against the wall, then,
okay.
You know. Inconspicuous shot.
Yeah. Okay, so you're trying to listen to the conversation. Pixel
He's
is
also a little drunk, so, like, it's not as inconspicuous as he thinks, but...
Give me Pixel's stealth check as she wiggles underneath the door, past the guards, and into the room.
Indeed.
Pixel swears maliciously.
41.
Okay, she could either go underneath the crack of the door, or she could fly in through the spokes of a vent. The spokes of a vent will require an escape artist check, DC 15.
Let me see if she's actually any good at escaping. She's not great at escaping. Let's give it a try, though.
Okay.
No.
Okay, she makes no progress at the grate. She doesn't get stuck though.
Okay. She'll try it again once more.
Okay. This time she gets through, and her standing on the other side of the grate will allow her to whisper down to Pharisee instead of having to sneak all the way back. So you can see where she's hiding, and she's like listening in.
Great.
Are you disrobing, Professor?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm just sitting here talking to this guy about science and stuff.
Will you please disrobe so I may inspect you?
Oh, I was inspected recently. It's all the same to you. I'd rather prefer to see your notes on the subject. Are you aware of the quick mortality rate and the ease of spread? How long do you expect it's been in Borsura, and will it be contained there? Surely we have better questions to answer right now.
Are you a physician?
I've spent a great deal of time studying the medical arts. I never had the time for the testing, though. Bit of a formality, really.
Then disrobe, or I'll have one of the guards to do it for you.
Oh, I don't suppose that would be a good idea, but please, sir, be congenial about it. Surely you must have patient logs. Another pair of eyes on the subject couldn't hurt.
He disappears behind the curtain, and then he's got this club in his hands. It's like a long baton with a little kind of like carved fist at the end, and he pushes a button and a little blade comes out. It's almost like a little snippy blade.
I will remove your clothing in a manner that you will not find pleasant. I hope you've packed a spare set.
Oh, unfortunately I have not, so I'll have to ask you to refrain from such activities.
I'll give you to the count of 3, and then I'm going to fetch the guards. 1, 2, 3.
Has the professor moved from the couch and started disrobing?
No, he's just kind of watching this guy.
Okay, the plague doctor moves to the door. Yeah, what is it?
This old man refuses to be inspected. Could you please give me a hand?
Will we catch it?
Both of you have been inoculated. You'll be fine.
Okay, 2 guards step in. All right,
while the door opens, is Zephyros Pharisee, son, are you there? Seems there's a chap here has some questions for us about the disease. He would like our expertise in the matter.
Whoa, one at a time. And they're trying to shut the door. I think this is initiative. The unruly patient who doesn't want to disrobe. When the fan starts pushing down the door, I think there's going to be a few swings. Let's roll initiative, shall we? I'll do the random initiative. I'll add the guards to the combat sheet.
Oh my god. I have a... Oh my god. I have a waves of blood prepared, which, given that the disease is blood related.
The fuck? Alright, the plague doctor, we've got train, and then we've got TERC guards. These guards would have just been butchered by that demon, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, the poor train.
You know, they can still hurt. Like, you don't want all the guards...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Beating on you with their beat sticks. That would be bad, but...
I want to encounter them from a significant distance.
Right. All right, I'm going to use the random roll method. Random numbers. Copy pasta those values into the initiative sheet. Okay, Uguay is keeping watch. Makronam doesn't know anything bad is happening yet. Pharisee, you know the situation because Pixel is relaying information back to you.
What's going on? I mean, I sort of know the situation, but like, can't we work this out amicably?
Right,
so just standing there.
You're flying forward to like.
Yeah, to at least peek in and see what's going on.
Okay, the Zephyros is in the process of moving in. The guards are like shocked that the Elephant Man's coming in. One of them yells, "One at a time!"
I'm patiently waiting my turn.
And they are reaching down to maces at their belts. The Plague Doctor's not having any of this, and he's going to go running back behind the curtain, and he's going to attempt a hide. Where's his stealth? Oh, I'm like looking at the guard stat going, why doesn't he have any stealth? Plague Doctor's stealthing at 21. Pixel sees him stealthing because she was watching him while he was doing so. She whispers to, or she yells out in Sylvan to Pharisee, squeaks in Sylvan where the Plague Doctor is. Balamut is not in this combat. Let's just remove him. Son.
Well, Son has like no chance of squeezing past Zephyros into that.
You can move through friendly squares just as long as you don't end in them.
Yeah, I guess move like here.
Okay. One at a time! The guards are yelling. They don't have their weapons out yet.
And move there and like try and help the guards push Zephyros out. And I'm going to try and convey to him, like, you know, your facial expressions like, hey, I got this. Like, you know, chill. I don't know how effective that would be, but that would be
Does Zephyros see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
The TERC.
I mean, yeah, it's like I'm making eye contact with Zephyros.
One guard is attempting to aid the other and does. He is going to try to push the door closed to push Zephyros out. Sorry, this is a CMB, so it should be slightly higher. Against Zephyros' CMD, they have +5, +7, so they get a 10. That is not enough to push Zephyros away. So they're trying to push the door closed, and it's not quite working. Professor, you're sitting on the big couch.
Yeah, I'll sit here. I'll delay.
Okay.
See if anything happens.
Nobody from the train has heard what's going on yet. They're pretty far away. Maybe the deputy marshal in his sick room. He does not. If he heard, he is not coming running. Zephyros, what are you doing?
Zephyros sees what Son is saying, and Zephyros just doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Are you squeezing back into the hallway, or are you just keeping the...
Yeah, I guess I can squeeze back into the hallway.
Okay.
Diffuse the situation.
Alright, the door shuts. We said one at a time!
I can help you.
Uguay is in the hallway. Makronam is just...
The professor and Son are inside. What's going on in there?
Don't worry, we can get inside anytime we want.
Okay.
Pharisee?
I'm gonna crack the door and start playing a little tune on my pipes.
Okay.
Can you crack the door? I thought you said they'd like shut it.
Yeah, they shut it. They did. You could
Did
play.
they lock it?
They didn't. They didn't lock it.
All right, I'll turn the knob, crack the door open just a little bit, and play a little tune on my pipes. I'd like to fascinate them.
Nice. Does that happen automatically?
It is a DC 18 will save. I can fascinate up to 3 targets within 90 feet. They must be able to see and hear the bard and be capable of paying attention. So I don't think the plague doctor can.
Okay. The 2 guards kind of go like slackjaw when Pharisee starts playing.
And
They
what
can
is
still listen to. They can still listen to other things going on, but they're fascinated.
Yeah, they're no longer grabbing for their weapons. They just sort of go slackjawed. They're listening. One of them's tapping his feet as Pharisee is playing her
I'll be
pipe.
nice and calm, I say as I continue playing.
The plague doctor. Pixel is squeaking that plague doctor is reaching into his bag.
Are we in attack
Yep.
order?
Yeah, we're still in attack order. And then he will. He's hiding under the table. For those that speak Sylvan, she's hoping that he doesn't.
Sounds as if the plague doctor was hiding under the table, son.
Oh no.
Really.
Son.
As a druid, and what skills do you already have for being a rock? Because you don't want to duplicate. Does that make sense?
Son walks over here, so I guess that's like 15 feet. Then, just sit. That's like a seat, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, sits down, starts disrobing, I guess, and says to the doctors, like, inspect me first, please. I'm the medic that inspected the professor, but it'd be good if you did it.
You can just hear this breathing from under the table, and you start to disrobe a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and, starting, I guess, with my mask.
Because a druid you have.
Well, actually, no, other way around. Mask comes off last. Starting with everything else.
Okay. So you start undoing your pants and your shirt and stuff like that. Yeah. Professor, what are you doing?
Well, actually,
I'm just waiting here.
Matt, did you pause and mute your mic?
Making.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Making small talk, perhaps with the stunned guards.
The music. Yeah, they're like enamored with the music. The door has now moved all the way open, and they're standing there slackjaw. One of them is drooling. The other one's just sort of like trying to reach out towards Pharisee while the music's going on. They have these goofy, childlike smiles on their faces. Their conversation isn't very scintillating. The train. Are you just delaying, or are you?
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to do. What is who's around us at the moment?
Train. It's Professor. Yep.
I'll delay. Cool. I'll just hang out to see what develops.
Okay. The train, Zephyrus. The guards are no longer offering any resistance towards that door.
I think Zephyrus is just going to stay where he is for a moment.
Okay. Oogway is guarding the rear of this car. Makronam Gobbler is just going to slip off, and he hi fellas, and the fellas are not even paying attention to him. He turns into I don't know, like a chamber pot, and sort of wiggles his way 20 feet. Yeah, he goes all the way beside the professor. Pharisee.
I suggest to the guard on the left.
Yep.
This situation's under control. Sound there's the doctor and the professor. Everything will be fine. Why don't you wait outside? Using my suggestion.
What's the DC?
DC on that one is... Let's see, suggestion as per the spell. Will save, it'd be the same as the... so DC 18.
Okay, he's got a +1 will save and rolled a 17.
Huh. All right then.
So he kind of like is more fascinated by the music than anything.
I can use suggestion multiple times on the same creature.
Nice.
So I'll just kind of keep doing this until...
Is he still fascinated?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. All right, Son. Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor is sticking you with a needle now that you've got your pants down.
Yeah, so not letting him do that.
Okay, he's
remember,
good.
I said specifically, inspect me.
Yep.
So
yep.
First,
first, give me a... He's still hiding under the table. Give me a perception check at +4. You can hear... And his stealth is 23 right now.
You said +4?
Yep.
35.
Okay, you know exactly where he is. He is doing this as an attack roll. He's got a syringe in his hand and he's trying to plunge it into your leg.
Yeah, I dodge or try to dodge.
Yeah,
him.
because you saw where he was. You're not flat-footed. As he makes the attack, so you get your full AC. However, you are sitting down, which is partial prone. It's your AC -2. And his attack roll is +9. AC 20.
Hold up. -24 -2
is 22.
So 22.
Okay, he struck some of the leather of your pants instead. It tore a bit of a hole. This was a vicious, like, picture somebody attacking you with a needle to try to get it in. This was an attack. He realized that didn't quite work, and is going to 5-foot step from his hiding position, and as a move action, he is very, very deftly popping the glass container out of the syringe, and sticks a new one in, and you can see that your pant leg, and sort of he missed, but he got it kind of on your leather pants. That he tried to inject some sort of brownish red substance into you. And he's got another vial in his This is not like modern day tiny syringes. These are like the big fucking plunger syringes sort of thing. Yeah, he is popping another one in and kind of cursing under his breath. Son's turn.
I cast Detect Poison on the thing that's left next to me.
Okay. Detect Poison is a standard action. You determine whether a creature, object, or area has been poisoned. So you're doing it on the stuff.
Right.
There is no poison coming off of the stuff.
Okay. Then after I did that, let me mark off this used.
Yep, that is a standard action. You could take a move action and pull up your pants as you're standing up.
I don't even really move. I just turn to him. I'm like, hey, I talk, basically.
Yep.
And what I try to say is, hey, I'm not an enemy. I just want to get inspected.
You need to be inoculated.
Sure. Inspect me first. Show me where the inoculation came from. I am a medic. I know this stuff. I learned from the fans in Bastera.
Okay.
Then inoculate me.
He's shaking like he thinks this is a very dangerous situation for some reason.
Fair enough. Yeah. Son, puts his hands on the table, not trying to be like as unaggressive as possible.
the TERC guards are still fascinated by the fluting professor. It's all the way around to you again.
How's it going in there, son? Everything all right?
Yeah, we good. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Just looking over some old notes.
What do you got there? Can I see them?
Yes, of course. I'll walk over.
So you get up?
Yep.
And then move over?
And I'll, I guess, notice Son in the nude back here.
Son's got his pants kind of half undone. He's sitting down. His hands are on the table. He doesn't look threatening. You could see the plague doctor fiddling with his really big plunger syringe.
Really, Doctor? You need to calm down. Everyone's had a stressful day.
Supposed to be one at a time, is what he says.
Yes. Well, maybe we should get some of these guards out of here. It is crowding the room.
What is that noise? What is that noise?
Doctor, please, get yourself together.
Zephyros.
Zephyros taps on the door and says, "Son, is everything okay in there? Need me to break down the door and come in?"
The door is actually open. The door is open at this point. Yeah.
Zephyros knows
Okay,
the door is
yeah.
It's all the same as Zephyros, you know.
One at a time!
you hear this croak come from the doctor.
"Son, everything okay in there?"
Yeah, no, it's good. One at a time.
Okay.
Wait outside.
How dare you not listen to a queen's physician?
I just did. I literally just repeated what you said. You good, man?
Uguay, Makranam, you could see him in the corner of your eye, just sort of like slipping up. Just chamber pot. He gives a little whisper to San. Pharisee, you've got these guards still enamored.
I'm gonna take the guard on the right and say, see, everything's under control. Let's just wait outside.
He rolls a 19 plus 1.
Jesus.
Damn it.
Alright, man, whatever.
They will follow you, I think, with Fascinate. Will they kind of, like, go next to you or something like that? Will they follow? Could you play follow the leader with them?
If they fail the saving throw, they sit quietly and observe the performance for as long as they maintain it.
All right,
While fascinated, they take a -4 penalty on skill checks made as reactions. Potential threats allow a new save. Nah, it doesn't seem like they... It doesn't seem like they come to me.
Okay, so they've sat down. They're sitting cross-legged like school children.
I'll just take a 5-foot step into the room in that case.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them smiling stupidly up at you, the other one drooling. The plague doctor.
You're going to take your inoculation and leave, right?
First, inspect me.
I did, you're fine.
What? I couldn't hear that.
He said, I did, you're fine.
You didn't inspect me. Can I see your inoculation vial again? Where did it come from?
I don't believe he's provided that. Here are his credentials, I'll say, as I retrieve them.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, someone wouldn't know anything about those.
Okay, the plague...
Do they look up to date?
It seems in order, yes. He seems to be Doctor of the Queen.
He's holding out the plunging vial out in front of him like it's a weapon. And he's inching his way around the room.
I will back away from him.
Not on your turn.
Okay, yeah.
So he inches up to here. He's ready to stab someone with it. San's turn. For some reason, the doctors got all riled up. Well, maybe more than one of you at a time, and then there's somebody playing fey music And the guards are acting like children.
This thing turned around on him pretty quick.
Yep. Son, what are you doing?
Thinking. I think Son gets up, zips up his pants or whatever.
You do see his doctor bag is on the table and it's open because he had fetched some of his stuff. He hasn't claimed his doctor bag, and you can see that there are a bunch of vials inside.
Grab one, take a look at it, sniff it, like see what cork it, pop it open if I need to sniff it.
Yeah, so you plunge your hand in, and he seems really pissed off at that, and he's going to take his AOO, and he lashes out at your hand with the plunger, and tries to get you with this stuff again. AC 12 misses. He doesn't actually plunge this time. He just sort of like jams it into the table and got the table, and you snatch one of the vials.
That is the property of the Queen's physicians.
So you snatch a thing. That's a move action.
Yeah, and inspect it.
Okay, now you're looking at it.
What?
Okay, you open the potion bottle, and then normally you do this over a large period of time. Give me a heal check.
Okay.
Without your heal kit?
Yeah, I was thinking my mouse would be like looking for, is there natural smell in there I might recognize, like it's survival type, but heal makes sense too. 16.
There is... You give it a good whiff, and the closest thing that you can attribute it to is coagulated blood.
Guess that would make sense for vaccine. Okay, close it down, put it back in the bag.
Okay, so move action to snatch it, then you opened it and had a look. I think you've got this open potion bottle in your hand at the end of your turn. The TERC guards are fascinated. Professor is standing there.
Is this plague doctor can see me, right? Or
yeah. You kind of poke through the curtains to show Son the credentials.
Let the curtain fall back. I want to cast assumed likeness on myself, but I want to do it in such a way that the doctor doesn't immediately see me.
Okay, well you could 5-foot step behind the curtain.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that in a cast assumed likeness.
What does that do?
I have to be able to target him, though. I draw upon his memories to create a visual disguise for myself that only they can see. I choose an emotion, and it perceives me as someone it feels that way towards.
Okay.
And I basically get a disguise. I'll do respect. Yeah.
He gets a will save?
There's a will save to disbelieve it. That DC will be 22.
He gets a 9? He stops for a moment.
Can I poke my head around to I can see him? He can see me.
Give me your disguise check at a +10.
Oh man, let's see what this disguise check is.
Oh, it's +5 until you figure out who he thinks you are. Got it.
At a +5 then, so it's +8. 12.
Okay, he's cocks his head off to the side. You just hear heavy breathing.
I'll just kind of look at him.
He still has the syringe out in front of him like it's a weapon. Nobody from the train comes and bothers you, Zephyros.
Sorry, my mute button. I'm just gonna